Hello dear board game friends, and welcome to the preview of Barrage, Duel, the expansion for 2 players only, and we will take a look at the components first of all, and here we have a new map again. This one has become much smaller, at least as far as the spots are concerned. This map also includes the setup tiles and the position tiles, which change the setup a bit each time. The second really new component is the duel board, and everything else you see here is part of that as well. We will take a closer look at it all. You can see the setup here on the picture, and I have to admit it looks very confusing in the first moment, but then explained itself quite simply. We have pieces here that determine where the neutral dams go, and we have other tiles that make different spots more expensive. The distribution is random. You assign the 8 position tiles face down, reveal, and then place everything on the board. At this point I can already say that the board does what it promises. Anyone who has played Barrage with 2 players only will know what I mean. The old board simply has too much space, and because there are now fewer basins and everything is a bit tighter, you automatically have more interaction with your opponent. It works, and it's clearly more fun to play on this map. I want to remind you that the material shown is a prototype. This is not the final version, and I'm in contact with the publisher and the designer. Just like me, many are giving feedback that will be received. Another possible item I'm showing to you now, it's not confirmed yet, but it's available for testing. It ensures that the water drop distribution is reduced a bit and is also adapted to 2 players. There's also one or the other small spot that is not final yet. They are still thinking and trying out how to optimize everything. Even the duel board in its current form already works very well for my taste, because it brings another focus to the game. I'm also happy to show you how to set it up. In the middle there are 3 random condition parts that determine what is compared. On the left and right there are different award tiles, and you get the bonus as soon as you get on it with one of the markers. Let's take for example the field with the 3 coins. If I have 15 coins, that's equal 5 units of 3 coins each. If my opponent has 8 coins, that's only 2 units, so the result is 5 to 2, which means I get to move my marker 3 spaces in my direction. The same then applies to the other 2 spaces, so at the end of each round you compare yourself and try to move the marker to your direction. This means you have to pay attention not only to what you get points for at the end of the round, but also what it asks for on the duel board. There I must not slide too much to the back, because at the very end of the game you could also gain really juicy points in each category. Up to 15 points, which means we are talking about 45 points, and this is really a lot. In summary, not so much has been changed mechanically with this expansion, but the whole thing is focused on the duel character. The board has become much smaller, and you really have to pay attention. You can't leave the individual basins completely to your opponent. Keep in mind, depending on where you build your powerhouses, you will be delivering water directly to your opponent and he can use that. The same goes for the duel board. You are really neck and neck in a lot of areas, and everywhere you go you have to pay attention. You can't focus on one specific point. You have to have a very broad view and handle a lot of sides at the same time. Again and again you feel the lag, which also comes up in a multiplayer game. I have to say, for me this expansion is a very clear recommendation for all those who say, I want to play Barrage in pairs. I would like to play it more often, but don't always have 3, 4 or 5 friends. Then you are definitely right with this expansion. But if you say, I always have 3 to 5 people, no problem for me. Then there's a new Colorado expansion. I also recommend it to you. I have made a preview. Feel free to have a look at it on my channel. At this point, I would like to ask you to give me a sub and a like if you like the video. By the way, do you play often in pairs? And do you find this expansion is interesting? Give me your view in the comments. And please note, the link in the Kickstarter campaign can be found in the description below. My name is Löw, and at least I like to wish you a lot of fun while playing. See you next time.